Alright guys, let's give a round of applause for an episode of this show that actually directly involves gaming. And if we're talking about gaming, the only 4 words on everyone's tongue, be it negative or positive, are Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm gonna start this one out with the clear admission of bias. I love FF7. Ever since the day it was released, I was fanatically obsessed with the intricate and beautiful world that Squaresoft created, and much like most of the internet, I've been rallying for a remake for about as long as I can remember. So now that the news of one has been laid at my doorstep, the question is, do I think a remake is still a good idea? Well, yes, obviously, but at the same time, the adult in me has some caveats. Number 1, this has to be handled in-house and by a team largely consisting of people that worked on the original. I think we all remember the piece of shit that Hijinx Studios released in the form of the Silent Hill HD collection. There are too many ambitious designers out there looking to prove how creative they are by altering someone else's work. Which leads me to my next condition. This remake has to be just that, not a reimagining. In my opinion, Final Fantasy VII was about as close to perfection as games have gotten. Any addition made to the remake's core gameplay will likely end in disaster. Square Enix needs to understand that this is one of the most beloved and best-selling RPGs to hit the market, and it should be treated as the work of art it is. Now let's assume Square somehow manages to bottle lightning and put out a quality title that not only honors the legacy of this classic, but serves as an accurate representation of the original that newcomers can jump into and experience what they've been missing out on. Yes, people, despite everything I just said, I am 100% psyched for this. I might just be a fanboy, or maybe I have some seriously misplaced trust in a company that's fucked me more times than I can count, but whatever the reason, I'm just out of my seat, shut up and take my money excited. Now there's a decent amount of blowback going on, in the form of an argument that remakes like this are numbering too many, but in my opinion, as long as the source material is respected, and the only additions added are extra features and stay away from the original's gameplay, I say bring them on. The HD versions of Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Solid were absolutely perfect, and the new version of The Last of Us gave us exactly what the creators intended but couldn't achieve on the PS3's aging hardware. Now I know there's a large push in the industry against remakes like this, and the argument typically leans on one core idea, that the game industry, much like the movie industry, is moving too far away from original content and relying more on the selling power of sequels and remakes. And to this I only have one thing to say. Well, yeah, I agree, but in the meantime, if I'm able to replay some of my favorite games with a shiny new coat of paint, then why the hell not? Try not to think about what this single game represents in the industry at large, and instead see it for what it very well may be, a game that has brought joy to more than 10 million people worldwide, getting a modern remake. This isn't the end of days, and this is not a sign of things to come. For just 1 second, open your mind to the idea that there may be some people working at Square Enix who genuinely want a new generation to experience the enchantment that was Final Fantasy VII. Alright guys, thanks for listening to me ramble on a subject that I actually enjoy talking about for once. If you liked what you saw, then maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing to my channel. But if you need a little more convincing before accepting me into the privacy of your personal YouTube subscription page, here are some more episodes of Talking Points. And that's about it for me, so I'll see you guys later.